performing, do you visualize things that you're singing about, or does it trigger visuals?
When I'm singing, like when I'm performing at a show, yeah, sometimes it does. I go into a very empty state when I play because if I don't, it's very easy to get distracted. And definitely when I've been on the road for a long time and I'm playing the same songs every night, it's very, very easy to slip into like motor memory. Like, oh, I've played the song 900 times. I know how to play it. I really, if I wanted to, I could start thinking about what I'm doing after the show, or about what happened today, or about what I'm going to play next, or about my laundry, or about like how exciting dinner might be, or like you can get really, really mundane. Like with anything in life that you're supposed to be concentrating on, like if you don't just focus. And I would really like to, like, as an outsider, look into my brain while I'm playing, because I'm not really quite sure what's happening. But I will think, I'll often think about what state I was in when I wrote the song, and you know, like I was just saying, the songs that aren't like very specific in meaning, like Coin Operated Boy is sort of very light and silly and is sort of obviously kind of about this one thing. And, you know, usually I'll just focus on making sure that I'm aware of the audience. That's really helpful to me. And just making sure that I'm attached to them and not off in my own little world. And sometimes there, you know, like a lot of things that, like habits that you get into or little rituals that you have for yourself, there's probably visual images in the songs that I had when I was writing the songs. Like Point of It All, there's definitely some visual images that I have in some of the lyrics, where I notice that every time I play that, like that scene will flash into my head. You know, whether it's even really all that related to the lyrics or not, it's just it belongs to that department of the song, and so it like pops up and is like, hi, I'm here again. And it's just, you know, I think it's just part of the song, except it's in my brain. It's never going to be out there. That's an interesting thing about making videos, because when you make videos, I think that the very tempting thing is to try and take those images out of your head and give them to everybody else, but that's not necessarily doable or even practical. And I think I sort of I got a little overboard about that in the early days. I was like, oh, I just want everyone to see what I'm seeing, instead of thinking about what a good music video might be. Because they're definitely not necessarily the same thing. And now, interestingly, I have these great performers with me on tour, and we're creating visuals on stage. And that temptation is there again. But now I've found it works backwards, because now, you know, when I play these songs, sometimes I get the music videos in my head, like they've replaced the old images. And I think if I were to play you one of the songs right now that we're doing on tour, where there's a visual for, there's the song Blake Says on the album, where we have this wonderful scene that involves snow falling on a character on stage. And I think that would be the first thing that came into my brain, because it's become part of the fabric of the song, and it's like it's worked its way into the meaning of the song for me. So, yeah, separating music and visual is interesting for me, because I've never done it. They belong very close together for me, which is lucky that I'm not a classical musician, because I get to do all this stuff.
You've obviously